the Harry Potter team presenting
The stage model is from the U.S. Western perspective and the linear movement of life. The stages of the stage model are initiating. This is defined as scripted behavior. This is when you begin talking to the other person. Experimenting. This is the small talk stage when you actually start talking about things that are deeper than hi, how are you? Intensifying. This is where interpersonal relationships begin. This is where you self-disclose to the other person and you become friends. Integrating. This is where we start to talk about us, as in what we are doing this weekend. Bonding. There's different public rituals for the different types of bonds, such as friendship, girlfriend, boyfriend, etc. Differentiating. This is where we talk about things that are yours and what is mine. Circumscribing. This is where you decide that a topic is safe to talk about or is not safe to talk about. Stagnating. This is when your relationship comes to a standstill. This can be okay if both parties are okay with the stagnation. Avoiding. One partner is not okay with the stagnation and we go out of the way to avoid the other person. And terminating. This is when the relationship ends.
The story of Gil and Laguna. The first stage, initiating. Oh, I'm sorry. You can take the... Didn't you?
Thank you.
So hi, my name is Gil. It's nice to meet you.
My name's Laguna. It's nice to meet you too.
How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. That's good.
How's the weather?
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice.
So, what were you gonna make with the didn't?
Oh, my friend was in need of a healing potion, and this was the last thing I needed.
Same here.
2 hours of awkward conversation later.
So, how would you like to go out sometime?
Yeah, sure. I'd love that.
Great. Yeah, I'll see you in a few days then.
Yeah. See ya.
Okay.
3 days later. Date night. Da da da. Experimenting.
What school did you go to?
Oh, I went to Hogwarts.
I went there too. What house?
I was in Gryffindor.
Hufflepuff.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was your most favorite thing about being in Hufflepuff?
Well, everyone in Hufflepuff kind of made me feel like they were my family. They were always there to help me out when it really counted. Except there was this one girl.
I take you didn't like her?
Not really. She would make study dates with me and then cancel with only about an hour's notice. Then she would try to force me to eat leafy greens when we would eat together in the Great Hall. And when we spent time together, she had this habit of gossiping negatively about other people to me.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. Olga, right?
Yeah, did you know her?
Yeah, she's my best friend's ex-girlfriend. She tried to force those leafy greens on me too. It was wonderful talking with you.
It was wonderful talking with you too.
Alright. Do you want to meet again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Laguna and Gil hit it off real well after that. They began to go out regularly for the next 2 months. They had officially begun to think about dating since most of the world began to think they were dating anyway. On this particular morning, Laguna finds herself at Gil's house. Integrating.
Yes, hello, my beautiful sea pearl.
Hello, my little honey growth. I know you called me over, but I had something I wanted to share before you said what you had to share.
Alrighty, shoot.
Well, you know my pet, right?
Yeah.
Well, now he's our pet.
Yay! Well, I have something to share with you as well. You know that hat that I always like to wear, right?
Yeah.
Well,
After a few years of Laguna and Gil dating came to pass, the two of them got married. Bonding.
do you, Gil, take Laguna to be your lawfully wedded wife in sickness and in health?
I do.
And do you, Laguna, take Gil to be your lawfully wedded husband in sickness and in health?
I do.
You may now kiss the bride. Hold on. Differentiating. Why are you moving my hat?
Well, you put them near my pet, and you know what happens when he gets a hold of your hats.
Circumscribing. Laguna and Gil were able to talk about many things. This, however, did not include the hats that he so often wore. Laguna wanted to ask about the hats, but he had decided against it, seeing as they always end up fighting when discussed topic of his hats.
I love my hats.
Several months later.
Over this time, they began to fade into the same routine, over and over and over and over.
Stagnating.
There you go. Finally, my own space. Now I don't have to worry about staring at those stupid hats day after day.
It's okay, Hat. She doesn't understand you, but I do.
I love you.
And I love you.
Avoiding.
Over the next few months, Laguna began to make excuses not to see Gil because she couldn't stand the sight of his hats any longer. Finally, she decides to confront Gil on their relationship, which has begun to come apart at the seams.
Terminating.
You have a choice, Gil. It's me or those hats.
They have always been there for me. And it was you who walked into my life, Laguna. No, I didn't mean it. I still love you.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Ooh, I shall never go hatless again. And that was the marriage of Gil and Laguna, and it ended all because of hats. The end.
The stage model has 7 characteristics. The first one is movement is usually systematic and sequential. Relationships are linear and move through those stages, but not always. Number 2, movement is usually horizontal or vertical. You either move up or down, or you jump across. Number 3, movement can be forward or backward. You can move up a stage or fall back a stage when needed. 4, relationships can skip stages if something is done right or something is done wrong. Number 5, the stages are not distinct. They are not always black and white. 6, it's an American model because it's a philosophical worldview of how the world works. 7, it is a descriptive model, meaning that it can describe where a relationship currently exists in the terms of stages. This is a skipping example.
Oh, hey! Have I introduced you to my friend?
I don't think you have.
Oh, she's in my bag.
In your bag?
Yeah. Oh, hey, I gotta go get her something. I'll be right back.
I'm not sticking around for that pursel mouth. I'm out.
This is an example of the stages aren't always black and white. These two people have only been friends for a short time and have just decided to make something theirs.
So, this is now our thing, right?
Yeah, because we're best friends now, right?
Right.
This is an example of stages can go backwards and forwards. This is a different version of Laguna and Joe's story. In this They have moved towards the stage of stagnating. Laguna has decided to speak to Gil concerning his hats and why he wears them.
Hey, Gil.
Yes?
I wanted to know why it is you seem to care so much about those hats.
Oh, well, it's because they were worn by my grandfather, whom I lost a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And, well, I miss him a lot, so that's why I love them so much.
This is the other relationship model called the phase model. This is the Eastern European version of the model. This one allows for dialectical tension. Dialectical tension is that balance between two things that we need to have in order to feel that we have balance in our lives and our relationship. This begins with balancing autonomy and connection. In any relationship, it is important to balance the time that you spend together and the time that you spend with others.
Oh, hey, Rebecca. You wanted to talk about something?
Right. I wanted to tell you that I feel like we should have girls' night out sometime. You know, just me and you.
That sounds great. Maybe we can go out with the rest of the girls next week. Yeah?
Sounds great.
In any relationship, it is important to have some sort of secrecy between the two of you, but it is also important that you share things with the other person.
Hey, Rebecca. I had a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly what kind of person was your father?
That's not something I really like to talk about openly with other people. It's kind of sensitive subject.
Right.
But I will tell you about some of the adventures me and him had.
Here, Rebecca chose to keep her father's personality to herself because it was something she wanted to keep precious to her. She did, however, share some of her adventures with Claudine, showing that she does trust Claudine. She's just not ready to talk about her father with her just yet. In any relationship, it is important to have some sort of predictability, such as knowing that the other person and you will always have a day of the week together. However, there is also equal importance in having some novelty. Surprising someone can make them appreciate you more.
We're still on for this Saturday, right?
Of course, we go out every Saturday, silly.
Yeah.
Several hours later.
Hey, Rebecca.
Come on, Claudine. I got something for you.
All right.
Live.
Da, 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 da.
Surprise! I thought I'd take you to the movies this time instead of our usual thing.
This is amazing. Thank you, Rebecca. You're amazing.
Now, these two were just girls, and they usually prefer the same things. However, men often prefer something different. Men prefer to be alone with their friends or lovers, and women prefer to take their friend or lover out to be with other people, meaning men prefer autonomy and women prefer connection. Males also prefer a certain degree of closeness, while women prefer to be more open with their friends and partners. Lastly, men prefer that sense of predictability, while women would prefer the sense of novelty in the relationship. These things operate on 3 different levels: interpersonally, intrapersonally, and with the other person.